Hey there, Izzy. Yeah, you're leaving. That's, well, good for you. I'm really excited for you. I'm glad you have this opportunity, and I'm glad you're able to go down there and do what you want to do and make some money and work for a good company. We'll be back here cheering you on from home. Uh, but, that's why we have this video series, so we can stay in touch even if we're apart. You and I do need to hang out some point before you leave, though, because I didn't make it over on Sunday because I had to hang out with a friend in order to help fix his car, which I kind of slightly broke. It turns out it was already kind of broken. They have this little strip in the console with all their buttons, like their windshield wiper and their emergency flashers and all that. And apparently it was already snapped because it was like pushing in a little bit, and in order to keep your flashes on, you had to hold the button. And we had to help push their cousin's car from Park Middle School all the way down to Washington Street and then down to 4th. So that was quite the push, and in order to keep the flashes on that vehicle so we could have some sort of emergency flashers for the trip, I used some duct tape and a bottle cap from a plastic water bottle to press the button down, and that made it stay. But then in the process of doing that, it pressed in farther, and the button fell off inside of the console, and the whole row of things went in. So, I had to be available for that. It didn't take us very long, but I didn't know when it was going to happen, so I couldn't really make plans to go do anything, unfortunately. But we got it fixed, and it was much easier than I anticipated it being, which was good, because I didn't really want to take apart a whole bunch of car. And it ended up being 4 screws and a whole bunch of plastic clips, so that was great. Let's see here, what else is happening? Oh, today was the update to the ban list for Magic the Gathering formats, and some pretty big cards got banned, including Birthing Pod. I know you don't follow the professional Magic scene very much, but again, I do. Birthing Pod is one of the major decks that has been around for quite a while, especially in the format of Modern, which uses everything from 8th edition onward. Well, almost everything. There is a ban list. Basically, as soon as they made the new card frame, that's when Modern started. And Birthing Pod was one of the huge decks, because it lets you sacrifice a creature to it, and then go find a creature that costs 1 more. And because that card keeps getting better the more time creatures get printed, they decided to ban that card, which shut down a ton of decks, which cost people a lot of money, and this is going to be interesting to see how it affects the format. They also banned Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time, which are 2 newer cards which were kind of warping the format and making a couple decks just way too good. There wasn't really any diversity, and there was 1 or 2 different decks winning every tournament, so it just wasn't fun for anyone. They also got banned, restricted a little farther back in Legacy and Vintage. A couple different cards did, but Modern, I think, is where the big impact is going to be. I'm excited to see how the tournaments play out, and yeah, that's where I'm at. I was utterly shocked about Birthing Pod, not very shocked about Treasure Cruise or Dig Through Time, but very shocked about Birthing Pod. Anyways, I'm going to go. I will see you on Friday, and hopefully at some point this weekend as well we'll have time to hang out or something. Later days, Izzy.